Ryan Reynolds this week, and I'm not a smack talker. I'm not going to say, Ryan, eat my pig skin or any of that stuff. Honestly, I'm praying for you.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively were once hailed as Hollywood's funniest, most charming couple, the duo you could always rely on for playful social media banter and glowing red carpet appearances. From cheeky birthday posts to lighthearted jabs on talk shows, they embodied the perfect blend of wit and warmth that fans crave. Yet in the past year, a flurry of gossip and unsettling allegations has made people question whether this public image is just an elaborate facade. Every new rumor seems to clash with the once impeccable reputation they worked so hard to maintain. The mystique surrounding their relationship now feels darker, sparking debate over whether they've used clever PR moves to mask something far more complex. But the real catalyst for this flood of controversy came when whispers of behind-the-scenes discord started piling up. What was once brushed off as mere Hollywood chatter has grown into a full-blown issue, as co-stars and insiders speak out about their experiences. Have Ryan and Blake been quietly orchestrating their pristine narrative all along, or are they the unlucky targets of a vicious rumor mill? Only time, and perhaps a few revealing lawsuits, will determine how deep these stories go. For years, people saw Ryan and Blake as that blissful couple who could do no wrong. Their chemistry seemed electric, whether they were glammed up for a movie premiere or joking around on daytime TV. Fans adored their witty jabs at each other, Blake teasing Ryan's haircut, Ryan poking fun at her cooking. It all felt fun and spontaneous, as if they were letting the world in on private jokes. The couple's brand was so consistent that many believed they must be as delightful in real life as they are on screen. After all, each talk show appearance and comedic Instagram post only reinforced that narrative. Yet insiders began to hint that their sweetness might be somewhat strategic, especially when rumors emerged of friction on Ryan's movie sets. As audiences kept swooning over the pair's effortless vibe, an undercurrent of skepticism began to take root. Behind closed doors, there were murmurs of controlling behavior, creative disputes, and deals that edged out anyone who didn't align with the couple's vision. Long before the current storm, there were hushed comments suggesting Ryan wasn't always the friendly guy he portrayed in interviews. Some co-stars from big-budget films claimed they felt overshadowed or even pushed aside by his presence. One or two leading ladies were said to have minimal screen time in sequels after behind-the-scenes conflicts flared up. Then T.J. Miller, who once brought comedic spark to the Deadpool franchise, flat-out refused to return for a third installment, citing unpleasant experiences that he claimed went far beyond on-set jokes. Those initial hints might have been easy to ignore, given Ryan's knack for comedic charm. Fans wrote them off as typical Hollywood drama, the sort of random tension that can happen when big egos collide. But the avalanche had only begun. In the background, more industry figures hinted that these issues were anything but isolated. Directors abruptly left projects, creative visions shifted overnight, and hush-hush gossip pointed to one person, Ryan himself. Then came the bombshell. Blake Lively accused actor-director Justin Baldwin of harassing her during the production of It Ends With Us. This accusation immediately rocked the industry. Blake had always seemed friendly and relatable. So many believed her claims at first glance. Yet, Justin didn't just deny the allegations. He filed a colossal lawsuit for $400 million, alleging that Blake and Ryan defamed him and attempted to muscle their way into controlling the entire project. Suddenly, the perfect couple found themselves at the center of a massive legal spectacle, one that threatened to undo years of image building. While fans debated who to believe, whispers circulated that Blake's accusations might have been a strategic ploy. Could it be an effort to gain leverage over a project she'd grown passionate about once she realized its potential? Justin's supporters insisted he was the real victim, noting that the timing of Blake's claims felt too convenient. Whatever the truth, the lawsuit painted a damning picture. Ryan and Blake as savvy operators who'd stop at nothing to protect their brand, or shape it exactly as they wished. As if the Baldwin dispute wasn't enough to rattle Hollywood, more voices emerged. A handful of A-list directors have famously cold opinions of Ryan's work. Quentin Tarantino has been open about his dislike of streaming-friendly blockbusters, slamming them for lacking substance. an indirect swipe often taken to include Ryan's comedic action flicks. Chris Columbus, known for beloved classics like Home Alone, took issue with Ryan's plan to create a stoner-themed reboot called Stoned Alone, calling it disrespectful to the original's legacy. Then there's Gerard Butler, who dismissed comparisons between his movie Gamer and Ryan's Free Guy, implying that he doesn't bother watching Ryan's films. When you take all these perspectives together, it suggests that high-level folks in the industry might not see Ryan as the affable team player he portrays online. Some go further, hinting he's downright insufferable behind the scenes, a controlling figure more concerned with staying on top than collaborating. Curiously, amid the swirling opinions, fans started replaying interviews featuring Ryan and Blake, looking for clues of tension or arrogance. Certain co-stars appeared uneasy, and some projects had abrupt cast changes with vague explanations. When these puzzle pieces line up, you begin to see why the couple's squeaky clean reputation is slipping. Before Blake, Ryan was married to Scarlett Johansson in a relationship that ended publicly and dramatically. At the time, Scarlett got most of the blame, with the media assuming she was too ambitious or distant. Later, she revealed the marriage was volatile and rife with jealousy, largely due to Ryan's discomfort with her skyrocketing success. Iron Man and Avengers projects propelled Scarlett's fame, and she hinted that Ryan wasn't exactly thrilled to watch her ascend in Hollywood. Soon after that split, Ryan and Blake reportedly grew close while filming Green Lantern. Cynics say Ryan latched onto Blake partly because she helped boost his image after a tough divorce. On Blake's side, linking up with Ryan vaulted her from beloved TV star to big screen darling. Together, they seemed unstoppable, a Hollywood power couple known for comedic flair and photogenic appearances. Now, though, observers are questioning if their union was at least partially orchestrated for mutual benefit. The harshest accusations suggest Ryan and Blake excel at manufacturing public sympathy whenever they sense a threat. Insiders point to the timing of Blake's allegations against Justin Baldwin, right when she may have lost creative control over It Ends With Us. Instead of letting the project slip away, some believe she and Ryan strategized to paint Justin as the villain, effectively rallying fans to their side. Of course, none of this is confirmed as absolute truth. Still, the recurring pattern, Ryan's rumored controlling streak, espoused conveniently leveling charges when deals don't go their way, co-stars abruptly exiting major franchises, has become too large to ignore. Industry talk says that if you don't yield to the couple's wishes, you risk being silenced or sidelined. When Justin fired back with his massive defamation suit, it was a turning point. Suddenly, the allegations that this pair manipulates the narrative for personal gain couldn't be dismissed as idle chatter anymore. What really unsettled fans was how Ryan and Blake seemed almost flippant when publicly addressing serious claims. At one recent appearance, Ryan cracked jokes about the lawsuit, and Blake stood by with a supportive smirk. For a couple once famed for good humor, the moment landed uncomfortably. People started asking how they could laugh about such weighty accusations, especially if Blake had truly been harassed on set. Now that their pristine facade is riddled with cracks, observers are left wondering what happens next. Will more Hollywood figures come forward to bolster Justin Baldwin's side of the story? Will the $400 million lawsuit unearth new evidence or testimonies that push Ryan and Blake into a defensive corner? The stakes are enormous, not only for their personal reputations, but for the viability of future projects they want to helm. In just a few short months, the conversation about these two has flipped completely. Once the internet's favorite witty couple, they now face serious inquiries into whether they've secretly been strong-arming colleagues, spinning false narratives, or weaponizing public sympathy. While some fans cling to the belief that this is a massive misunderstanding, others have already changed their tune. Even if Ryan and Blake manage to ride out the storm, their image as the golden duo may never fully recover. And that may be the biggest shock of all, realizing that the public persona so many adored could be a carefully engineered act. Whether Ryan and Blake prove themselves innocent in court or retreat under an avalanche of insider testimonies, the rose-colored glasses are off. Now we're left to watch how they handle the fallout and whether any fresh scandals will take their place. One thing's certain, the journey from perfect to problematic has everyone questioning how well we really know our favorite Hollywood stars and whether the real story is finally out there for all to see.